Hey everyone, it's Patty Wonder with Team Wonderbar, and I am coming to you with booking part 3. I know this is kind of probably a boring video with me just sitting in my office. I plan to do some nicer nicer scenery ones in the future, but I know my team needs some help with their booking ideas, and so that's why I was quickly doing this series of videos to help you with your bookings. So the first part of the booking was getting your calendar and making sure that you had your times and all your life balanced out. So you took all your personal things, all your family things, and in a week in a view glance and marked them all out so that you knew exactly when you had Scentsy time and how much Scentsy time you had available so that you can better plan. The second part was building your list of 100, or at least 100, and not thinking, just writing every single person that you've known in your past or known currently. And so part 3 is actually taking action. So when I first started, I started on March 10th, and on March 11th, my upline, Jacqueline Roy, had a booking blitz. And some of you have heard about a booking blitz, and maybe some of you have not. But a booking blitz is where you chunk out about anywhere, usually between 20 minutes to 60 minutes, depending on what you're doing. And you spend that entire time personally messaging, texting, calling, emailing people personally, not bulk messaging, and trying to get as many bookings as you possibly can. Now, there's a couple reasons why this is a great thing to do, whether you're doing it with a group or on your own. The first thing is it gets really, it's scary at first, but it gets easier. So the more you do, it kind of becomes a little addictive because you aren't going to get all no's. So once you get a yes, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to send some more. So that is part of it. So if you can do a booking blitz and you're really low on bookings, your calendar is looking like a snowstorm, which in the Midwest, that means it's white. There's nothing on your calendar. That means you should probably do a booking blitz. If you don't want to do it by yourself, grab a friend, ask your upline to do it with you, whatever. But just make the time. Just take 20 minutes or 30 minutes the first time and just start going through and contacting everybody. No thought, just contact. So what do you say? Well, I was looking back through my phone and I looked at my very first text that I ever sent anybody. And it says, as you may or may not know, Scentsy wickless candles launched in New Zealand yesterday and I joined. I love their products and I think you will too. I'm wondering if you could help me launch my business by hosting a home party or a basket or bag party. They are quick and simple. Here's my website. If you want to see the products, message me back a date and you get an extra gift at your party. What date in April works for you? And it has my web address. Now, in New Zealand, I noticed that the word wickless candle, people didn't get past the word candle because a lot of people hate candles. So as soon as I changed that to Scentsy home fragrance, I had 8 bookings and I'm still working off those bookings today. So because you book more parties at those bookings and it just kind of like a champagne glass kind of idea of where it trickles down and you just keep going, going, going. So, so that is basically all I'm saying. There isn't any magic words, but what I can tell you to say is keep it short, keep it simple, and keep it enthusiastic. Because if somebody writes you and goes, hi, could you please have a party for me? I need some parties. Nobody's going to want to help you because you're whining and that's not a good look. So you want to make sure that you have their interests at heart. So what's in it for them? You know, oh my gosh, I have to show you these new products. What works better for you? Would you like to host a party and get them for free and half price? Or would you like me to come over for a cup of coffee or meet you somewhere and let you smell the new scents? Keep it simple. And you want to always remember not to use anything that they could use an answer, a yes or a no to. So would you be interested in? Don't say that because they can say no. So when you say, which would you be interested in? They have to give you an answer. Which works best for you, April or May? Because right now we're in April and we still have time to book in April. So something really simple is hi. I started, in case you didn't know, I started my own business with Scentsy Home Fragrance, and I'd love to come show you. I know you will love the products. What is a good date to come see you and show you what I've got? Or when's a good time for you to come over and have a peek? Or lately for my customers that have been hostesses before, sometimes it's just being like a friend and contacting them and saying, you know, it's time for you to have another party because we have new scents and you haven't smelled them yet. That's basically what I've been saying to people, and it's been working. And they want the new products. The new catalog is amazing, and the new scents, I actually love every single scent, and I don't usually love every single scent. Try to remember it's about them. It's not about you. Even though you need the bookings, the only way you're going to do that is if you remember them. So if there's certain things that people love, if people have soldiers and veterans in their house and you know that, you're like, oh my gosh, you have to see this new Remembrance Warmer. Mother's Day special that we have going on right now. There's so many reasons right now to contact people. You just have to make it about them and what you think they'd really be interested in, and then try to get them to invite some people over. Wouldn't you like it for free or half price? Now, I know the Remembrance Warmer, you can't do that because it's a charity item, but the Mother's Day things are a good way to get your sales up, and just follow up with people and have a smelly session with them. Even if they get the sample, the product kit, and it's already, you know, as is in a bundle, you'd be surprised what other things they'll add to their order if you're there talking to them and hanging out with them. So treat everybody like a friend or a neighbor that you're just hanging out with. Don't give out too much personal information. It's still your job, but make it relaxed. Make it easy. Don't make it such hard work. If you come off desperate, that's how they're going to take it. So just come out relaxed and just like, oh my gosh, you have to smell these. They smell amazing. I think you're really going to love Mountain Sky. I say that because holy cow, I'm in love with Mountain Sky. I love Southern Evening, but now that I smell Mountain Sky, I want it in every room of my house. So make sure that you're doing that. Now, if you want to offer booking incentives, of course you can do that. It's your business. I think Jacqueline Roy is doing a Scentsy Fresh with every person that holds a party and hosts a qualifying party or something like that. So if that works for you, great. If that's not an option because of finances, that's totally cool. They like, you know, samples work, or just being sincere. If you're kind of new, a lot of times it's asking for help. Like, hey, could you just please help me out and have a party for me? I need to practice, and I would love your opinion on how I can make my parties better. Sometimes just asking people for their opinions. I'm looking for 5 people to give me their opinions and help me with my training. Would you be able to help me with that? And yes, that's a yes or no. But they're going to say, oh, how could I help? And you'll be like, could you please have a party for me? And then give me feedback afterwards. Because it's still doing the same job as having the party. You are just kind of going around it a different way. And they will give you feedback, and they'll really be grateful that you wanted their feedback. So pick wisely, of course. But those are just some other ideas to help with booking. For those of you that take everything very personally, I did too back in the day when I first started in direct sales, and it is hard to hear no or no answer at all. It was before we had cell phones and smartphones, and God, I feel old. So everything was by the phone, and it was really hard to pick up that phone. It really did feel like a 100-pound telephone. And my director at the time in that business had said, I challenge you to get 100 no's in a row. When you get 100 no's in a row, call me and I have a prize for you. Nobody ever got that prize because nobody ever could get 100 no's in a row. So if you need to set yourself a game or a challenge, or if you're eating something, you know, like something fatty, and just go, okay, well, I can't have any more of that until I get a yes. So keep calling. whatever it takes to help you get that calendar full, because truly you're not in business if you don't have any bookings. And you need to be sharing the product and getting new customers. And the easiest and the smartest way to do that is through home parties, where you're meeting new people and they are introducing you to new people and booking parties. So I hope this helped. Please let me know if there's anything else you have questions about. But again, keep it really simple. Keep it short to get them intrigued, but not give them all the information right in one text or one message. So just saying, look, I know you're going to love Scentsy. When would be a good time to get together? And sometimes I might come back and say, what Scentsy? What are you talking about? And if you're on social media like I am, they'll know. They know what it is. So, but just say, look, I have a scent I think you are going to love. Can I come over? Or why don't you have a couple friends over? I'd love to be able to give it to you for free, or whatever. So think that way if that helps you. Think of them. And even when I contact people just in general in Facebook Messenger, I'll just kind of say, hey, how are you? Oh, I saw that you went to wherever they went on vacation. That looked like a lot of fun. Usually they'll come in and say, oh, it looks like you're doing well in Scentsy, or oh, I saw that you've joined Scentsy. And say, yeah, oh my gosh, you should have a party. And just leave it. You might have to layer a little bit, but just kind of keep the follow-up going. Because no today is not no forever. And then if they're like, well, I don't know, sometimes I just give them a little bit of outgoing, look, I'm not one of those crazy people that you need to book within 2 weeks. Right now I'm actually quite busy, so I'm booking for the end of April to the end of May. So they know that it's not a rush, because sometimes they feel like they're being put on the spot, and that is not the case in my case anyway. I don't care when they have their party as long as they have it. So, and if I'm hostess coaching correctly, I don't worry about the cancellations. I think I've had one in over 120 parties. So, it's been okay. I think that's about everything. Again, this is just a quickie video. Just wanted to get everybody up to speed. I know I did part 1 and part 2, and I try to wait till I have makeup on to do these videos. And so thank you, everybody. And thank you for the really nice feedback that you're giving me. I have identified that annoying thing that I do, and I'm working on it, and hopefully I can give you some prettier scenery in the future than my office, because it's quite boring, isn't it? Have an amazing month. Go crazy and just book as many things as you can, and just stay on it. Every day when I'm watching TV, I actually have my calendar in front of me, and I'm just sending random messages in commercial breaks or things like that. It's just a constant daily, just trying to get some more here and there, because of the goals that I have. But I think sometimes we forget all certain people that we haven't seen in a while, and it would be a really nice way to see them and give them some extra goodies. Who doesn't like free stuff? So, thank you.